Yo, what's up? It's New Age, and today I'm going to be breaking down this sample right here. So the first thing I added was this pad called Frog. It's kind of the whole idea behind the whole track, how I started it all. So it sounds like this. Alright, so I just started off with the first chord and then dropped it down one more to give that smooth jazz R&B vibe. And then for the third and fourth notes, I used the same top melody with different bass notes. I just like the way that sounded. So for effects, really simple. I just added an ozone imager. Nothing too crazy. And then a vintage burb. Just to give it a little extra sauce. The second thing I added was this bass called Aimless. And just plays root notes. So the third thing I added was just a basic American init piano. No special changes to it at all. And it plays the basic chords with a little bit of strumming and a few extra notes. Sounds like this. So for effects, I took a little bit of the lows out, low mids. It made it sound a little muddy, so I took those out and I raised around the 1K to give it a more bright feel, and then cut around highs. I added some reverb to just give it a little bit of sauce, and I added a little bit of chorus, and I just turned the mix down. So next I added this arp. Sounds like this. So for this, it's just a basic synth. So if we turn the arpeggiator off, it just sounds like this. Oh. Doesn't sound too good. So I just took the original chords that go up to there, and then I just drug them up an octave to give more notes available for the arpeggiator. So with the arpeggiator, it sounds like this. With it off, so it sounds a lot better. Then I cut some of the highs because it was hitting a little bit too harshly. Cut a little bit of the lows and added a reverb with a pretty high pre-delay just to give it a little bit of space. So the last thing I added in this sample was my own vocals. I don't normally use like Arcade or anything like that, so I just do it myself. So this is what it sounds like just by itself. So for effects on this, I just cut the lows at the beginning because autotune has a better time reading the notes if you cut lows. So then in my autotune, just pick the key, put the retune speed up pretty high and the humanize up, because it doesn't need to be perfect. It actually sounds better, in my opinion, if it's not perfect and not choppy. Then I just added a little bit of compression with this free vocal plugin. I use this for my vocals all the time. So I recorded all of that in, and I added these effects here. I added an EQ around the 800 range, just to clean it up a little bit, sounding a little bit hectic. Then I added a phaser with these settings, and then one last EQ, just to take a little bit of the basses out. I did have an RC20 here. This RC20, these are my settings. You can copy these if you want. They're really nothing special. Just put a distortion on the bass to give it a little bit more oomph. I use dropouts because I find it makes it feel a little bit more vinyl. And then this is the final EQ for the master, and this is what we're left with. Now let's cook up with it. So when making the beat, I started off with the sample, these EQ settings, the clap, and the hi-hat, and it sounds like this. Really basic, lots of room for an artist. Next, I just added the kick to just set the bounce before adding anything else. Then after that, I added in a Reese, just playing the root notes. Sounds like this. Super simple. Next, I added in some perks. Add in this open hat. This open hat has a delay on it and an EQ because it had a lot of low end. So I just like the way it sounds with the EQ. And then I added these two snares, this snare. Then I added this snare, playing just a really basic pattern. And then I added this live open hat. And all together, we get this. And that's how I make beats and loops for Drake or Bryson or any R&B artist, really. Alright, that's it for the video. I'm probably going to be doing more of these tutorials, so definitely subscribe, watch out for them, and let me know on Instagram what kind of tutorials you want to see. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.